What's going on, guys? Boi Crypto here with you again, and today we are going to talk about the 4 reasons that your gluttonous lifestyle is keeping you broke. And stay tuned until the 4th and final reason, because it actually accounts for 16% of all American spending. Insane. Hey guys, if you want more minimalist and money-saving tips as well as crypto information as well, like the video, subscribe to the channel, I very much appreciate it. And you can also find me on Twitter. I'm at Boi Crypto. Now, we're going to be using an article today from Expensivity called What Do Americans Spend the Most Money On? They reference a study by Investopedia that was conducted in 2020 that breaks down all of Americans' spending into discretionary and non-discretionary, quote unquote, purchase categories. Now, non-discretionary hypothetically would refer to your utilities, where you live, transportation, stuff like that, whereas discretionary would be spending on flipping things like gifts, alcohol, tobacco, whatever, things like that. I will link the article down below in the description so you can check it out. But right now, let's get to reason number 1 that your gluttonous lifestyle is keeping you broke. Reason number 1 is this excessive spending on caffeine, alcohol, tobacco, these little pleasantries that you treat yourself to that, number 1, aren't even good for your health, and number 2, are insanely expensive. We need to stop with the insane coffee drinks. I don't get it. I have never gotten it. Maybe that's just good for me that I already just enjoy strong black coffee. But this obsession with $6, $7 macchiatos, Nelly Furtados, all these other different kind of drinks. Number 1, you're not even necessarily getting them for breakfast. But number 2, they are dessert-like in nature. It's like having an ice cream cone for breakfast. There's no reason to have this crazy coffee because you don't even need that kind of a coffee to get the caffeine fix. It also is going to be loaded with sugar, tons of calories as well. All you need to get that morning pick-me-up, if you really want it, is just some nice black coffee. If you want to add a dash of milk or a little wee bit of sugar, that's fine. There's no reason to be spending this amount of money on these drinks. Second in this category is alcohol. And look, I will be straight up. I like to catch a nice buzz every now and then. Maybe a beer once a week, maybe one every 2 weeks. That's pretty much it for me. But try to do this strategically. I enjoy strong IPAs. That's India Pale Ale. Okay, no, I'm not a hipster. That used to kind of be the hipster thing. I don't know where hipsters went, actually. Are they even referenced anymore? I don't really hear that term anymore. But if there's something that you like that's maybe higher in alcohol percentage, now, sometimes, yes, that will cost a little bit more, but try to buy it strategically, like at the distributor, where you get like a large case for a long period of time. And again, drink infrequently like a sane person who isn't an alcoholic to cut down on your alcohol spending. Certainly don't be spending money on alcohol when you're out to eat or anything like that. Number 1, it's way more expensive. And number 2, there's going to be a higher expectation of tips. And lastly in this category, tobacco, smoking of any type. You're literally killing yourself. This isn't new information. I don't need to be the one to telling you that it can lead to lung cancer, heart disease, and all kinds of things. But also the price of cigarettes these days is absolutely ridiculous. I worked at a convenient type store job when I was young, only like 21 or something like that. And I remember that we were selling Jack cigarettes. I think they were like the cheapest ones for like a little over $3 at the time. Good luck finding that now. I mean, I think you're probably paying minimum $6 or $7 for like a regular pack of cigarettes, if not more. And again, the habit is killing you. They absolutely need to be taken out of your life. Whatever you need to do right now to stop smoking for your health and for expenses, it's an emergency situation and you need to stop it. Okay, let's move on to reason number 2 that your gluttonous lifestyle is keeping you broke. And that's going to be that you are frivolous with the utilities in your household and how you use them. Now, this Expensivity article states that almost 7% of spending from Americans is toward their utilities. That's a big chunk of cash. This is also defined as non-discretionary spending, which I think is a crock, because you can control how much you're actually using the different utilities in your home. People constantly leave lights on in rooms that they're no longer in to increase their electric bill. When it comes to using your HVAC systems and your central air conditioning, that is one of the biggest costs of energy in your entire home. Do not let the AC run all day long if you are not at home and if it's already starting to cool down outside. I go for walks in the neighborhood sometime and just hear ACs running like in the middle of the night when it's cool, whenever we have a relatively cool day. People just let it go and don't even think about it. Central air conditioning is one of the highest expenses in your home. Same in the wintertime, you have to be careful with your heat. Do not just let it run. And remember, you can always put on extra layers of clothing. Just put something else on. I'm not telling you to keep your thermostat at 50 degrees, but why is it above, I'd say 67? Also, stop washing your clothes with hot water. You can use cold water and it has the same effect and is much less expensive. When you're drying your clothes, stop using maximum heat to dry them. This, along with that central AC, is one of the number one energy expenditures in your home. I actually put mine on lowest heat. You can still run it for the same amount of time you would to dry that load of laundry, and it costs way less. You're likely subscribing to more internet and TV, certainly TV, I don't know why you even want TV, but more of it than you need. Check and see what speed you actually need from your provider. Give them a call, talk about what your needs actually are, tell the kids to stop streaming a bunch of garbage all day long if they are. Figure out ways to lower the internet and overall entertainment bill in your home. The utilities in your home are one of the most malleable expenses that you have. You every single day can make conscious choices to not run the water extra, not leave lights on, not run the AC all day. You need to control it because it's one of the few controllables of your finances. All right, reason number 3 that your gluttonous lifestyle is leaving you poor. That is that you are buying and eating entirely too much food. Americans spend almost 9% of their expenses on groceries. Now, I have made a video in the past that is one of the most popular videos on this channel called the 50-cent dinner, the inflation-proof dinner, how you can purchase groceries extremely cheap and make great meals every single day. Check it out. I will leave the link in the description below. When you go to the store, which I don't even do, that's another video I'll probably make eventually as well, stop buying name brands. Buy the basics, your milk, your rice, your beans, flour, bread. Buy the basics because you can make extremely good meals with all of these things using a little bit of spices, some salt, some other flavors and stuff like that. You don't need to be buying pre-packaged, big-time name brand meals. Coupled with this, and this is a whole other thing, just stop consuming too much food. The way to lose weight and be at a lower body fat is to consume less energy than you're putting out. So stop eating so much, be active, because when you're in an elevated weight state, if you are overweight, obese, whatever it is, guess what? All that food that you're purchasing and all that food that you're eating is also contributing to healthcare bills. You're having to go to the doctors more often. You're affected by disease more often because you're overweight. It is one of the number one killers. An overwhelming percentage of the country is overweight. Last I checked, 66% of Americans are considered overweight, and about a third of the country is considered obese. Being in that state is not just costing you your health, it's also costing you money. Once again, I can't believe that groceries fall into what this article describes as non-discretionary spending, because it is 100% discretionary. Yes, you need to buy food, but again, much like the utilities, it's very malleable and you need to figure out how to spend less money at the store. Stop eating out at restaurants, stop dining in, ordering in food from a delivery driver all the time. You can make great meals at home for extremely cheap. All right, that brings us to the 4th and final reason that your gluttonous lifestyle is keeping you broke. This accounts for 16% of American spending, which is absolutely insane. I don't know if it's what everybody would have guessed, but it is in fact transportation. Now, this accounts for a wide range of things. This accounts for the car that you purchase, the gas that you're putting in your car, the extra trips that you may be taking, the fact that you don't work remotely and you have to drive to work every day. There's a lot of variables that probably make transportation number one for most Americans. First off, stop buying new cars. And no, I don't mean a different car. I literally mean brand new cars. It is probably, well, there's a lot of options here. I'll hold my tongue, but it's one of the dumbest purchases you could possibly make. The minute that you drive a new car off the lot, it starts depreciating in value immensely, almost 30%, literally instantly. Whether you have a new car or a lightly used car, whatever it may be, that is a depreciating asset, if you even still want to define it as an asset. It constantly is depreciating in value. People are not buying fuel-efficient cars. They're buying gas-guzzling cars that are bigger than what they actually need to impress losers in their life to show them the new car that they purchased. Look, when you have made it and have attained financial independence, splurge on whatever vehicle you want to. But if you're not there yet, this is a medium to get from point A to point B. Then factor in that hardly anybody is actually paying cash for their new car. They're financing it out as well. And you're looking at usually at least a 6% interest rate on that. Once you get over 6%, that's going to be a burden for you for years. People are financing these things 5, 6, 7 years into the future. Once again, transportation is defined as a non-discretionary thing to purchase. There are so many details here and so many different ways that you do not have to spend that much money on your vehicle. And we have seen recently in 2022 how disgustingly terrible gas prices can be. It absolutely has to be something that you are taking into account before you make the mistake of buying almost any vehicle. Stop buying cars and trucks. That's another thing. Where I happen to live, it is a very big thing where people buy trucks that don't have any lifestyle whatsoever, where they use a truck for the actual utility it is meant for. I don't get it. I get like fake country, I guess. I don't know. Until you have made it, stop buying cars that are more than what you actually need. So there you go, guys. Those are the 4 reasons your gluttonous lifestyle is keeping you broke. You need to harden up a little bit and figure out ways to put more money back in your pocket so you can buy yourself some of the highest appreciating asset of all time, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Hey guys, if you like the channel, please do like the video and subscribe. I very much appreciate it. You can also find me on Twitter. I am at Boi Crypto. I want to thank once again all of you fellow broke boys for tuning into one of my videos, and we'll catch you in the next one.